What's up, douches? Holy shit, silver's at like $30 an ounce right now. So I should either get the same amount of a loan for less silver or more of a loan for the same silver. And then crypto's starting to go back up again. So if it wasn't for the fact that I need to get my car fixed, I wouldn't even be doing a loan right now. I would just pull some cash out. But I might as well put like 2,000 in OXT because that's the only thing that's down right now, and just make sure my car gets fixed and pay all my bills. Realistically, I'll probably get working sometime around the middle of July, probably beginning of August, because I mean, if they were to hire me now, they would just have to like basically give me a free holiday. So I don't anticipate that happening until at least mid-July. But I'm totally going to be working soon. Also, realistically, unless I get a bunch of 3 to 6 month contract jobs, the best thing to do would be to save up my holiday pay and my uh, vacation time, so that way when I do need to go to Korea for crypto arbing, I can just use vacation and worst case scenario, see if I can work like Monday and Friday and have 3 days off in the middle of the week. That way it's like I'm kind of still working, but I'm kind of still on vacation. That way I can extend my vacation from like 2 to 3 weeks to like 5 to 6 weeks just to make sure I get all my shit done so I can go bajillionaire status. While I'm studying and doing bug bounties and all that bullshit and kicking ass in StarCraft 2. Basically what I do is I just keep StarCraft 2 up, and whenever I feel like it, I just log in or just go into the screen and play a game. And if I win, I upload it. Otherwise, it feels like a chore and a job and all that bullshit. Uh, yeah, I got nothing else to say about Stephanie bullshit. It literally seems like her whole plan was to like try to get me involved in some kind of human trafficking ring cult that she's in. And when that didn't work, she was like, fuck, let's see if I can get blackmail on him. That way I can use it against him and that he'll have to let me do smut scenes. And she doesn't have any. And then just to prove that I could, I went ahead and like after she couldn't find any, I gave her some just to be like in your face. I know what you're doing and I don't give a shit what you say or think. And now she's like on the pity pot because she's like, well, this is supposed to be my big break, but all advertising's been suspended because anything they do advertise has my booty pics in it. I don't have any thumbnails of anything that I did. My big smut scene is actually costing me everything, and we can't even promote it because it got me dumped. And I'm trying to fix that. I can't do music because I'm blacklisted because I'm getting everyone arrested because I told a fucking whatever the fuck that how it all works, and he reported it to the feds. And eventually, some non-corrupt feds who didn't take bribes eventually started to look into it after a year. Like it goes on and on and on, and all of this because I didn't notice the song you made about me in 2018 because you never told me. You wouldn't talk to me. You would call me and hang up, and you thought because you were hanging out with a bunch of douchebag online influencers, I would be impressed and want to approach you. No, when I saw you hanging out with some other girl who was on the Carlson show, whatever the fuck it was, I saw you hanging out with her. I was like, wow, she's really cute. I better scoop her up before someone else does. I started putting the moves on you. You liked it. I told you everyone there was some kind of a fraudster. I was like, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna go get me a drink and I'm gonna get you a drink too. That way I can scoop you up and take you to my hotel room. And I turn around for 2 seconds and you approached a bunch of grifters and started grifting. So I cut you out of my life and you got pissed off about that, went on tour in Asia about the song you made about me, which I never noticed, came back and made a song about dumping me, which I didn't notice, and then pimped yourself out to Babyface, which I didn't notice. Then you broke up with a dude who paid for all that shit, which I didn't notice because I thought you were someone else. You literally approached me at a party I was throwing to tell me you were engaged for 3 years after we fooled around the year before. Then you grabbed my ass. And you let me blame Joy Reid for that, by the way. Then I didn't notice that. I thought you were someone completely different during that whole time. And then, so you dumped that dude, and then you went back to Korea. Then I had $1 million liquid. I flashed you the cash, and you were like, I have to play Roxy. It's more important that I masturbate on this loser's knee. That's what my career needs. Then you felt entitled to that money anyways. You yelled at me for not taking the cash and hodling the crypto. Then you basically sold a bit of your soul on loan, or you leased it, whatever the fuck you want to say, to SM and the Scooter Braun loser and all that bullshit to get for everyone to get my attention. I still didn't notice. So you literally demanded I notice. Then you basically were like, it's time for another booty call or whatever the fuck you want, a rendezvous, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And instead of going through with that, you like tried to have all your friends hit on me in your cult. Then I got mad at you. Then you wanted to fix it by having dinner with your dad, which is the stupidest way of fixing it I can think of, because why the fuck would your dad have to be involved in any of this bullshit? Then you stole some money from a child because you were upset that I caught you trying to get blackmail on me because for some reason you all are obsessed with that Ziggy loser because he's probably gets pimped out and bitched out behind the scenes. Um, he's getting P. Diddy'd behind the scenes in the conservative circles and all that bullshit. Then you basically stole the money because I wouldn't go along with that bullshit. And then you tried to make up for it by putting me in a Rick Ross video, and then I turned that down and the bribe and exposed everyone, exposed all the really tough guy rappers are actually getting fucked by P. Diddy because they're in some cult run by Scooter Braun, where like basically they buck break you all, and that's how they like harvest your energy and keep you quiet for the adrenochrome harvesting and all that bullshit. Then after that, she thought it would be a good idea to be a smut actress, and after she did the smut scene, decided that it was a bad idea and she needs to now find a way to come correct and fix things. Still hasn't returned any of the money. To my knowledge, still has not even admitted guilt for all the crimes she has committed. All she has done is gotten her teeth bleached, probably re-bleached her skin, gotten some liposuction, probably got an extra nose job or a chin job or some shit like that. And she's doing like the bare minimum her contract requires her to do for the promotions, and I'm supposed to give a shit that her career is hit a snag. Your career hit exactly what you wanted it to hit because you stole from a child. You should have never bothered me. If you wanted to do all that bullshit, you should have never bothered me. You have some obsession with me because, I don't know, you got fondled in 2018 and you can't get over it. Go do another smut scene. I don't give a shit. Like, there's literally no way you can fix this. It would be proper for you to return the money. You're not proper. You're a whore. You're in a cult. I think you're probably going to catch charges because if Justin Timberlake is getting arrested, you're probably going to get arrested soon for some bullshit. That's why you're hiding in Korea. And there's more Asian bitches than just Tiffany. She's retarded. She's retarded. Like, I don't know. You are retarded. Why the fuck would you go hang out with a bunch of grifters after I told you I don't like them because they're grifters? Because you're in some club where they make you. Whatever the blackmail they have on you, they don't have on me. That's why I can do whatever the fuck I want to. They can't control me. It's retarded. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm left to believe that you made that song about me because you thought it was some way to psychologically manipulate me, but I didn't notice it. So, I mean, you're retarded. You are like using 8th grade math. I'm using like college physics or whatever the fuck, or statistics or whatever the fuck, or finite mathematics. You're using like 8th grade like pre-algebra. It's retarded. And I told you before any of this happened, I thought you were trying to do this, and you're like, no, I'm not. You have to trust me, and everything that I said you were going to do, you did. Which is why I don't trust you and never will. I want nothing to do with you. You should have said, I'm being offered a script. It's got some prostitute scenes in it. I would say, no. If you want to do that, we're done. And you would have said, no, I'll take the other movie. But you didn't think that way. You were like, huh, I can control him because I can control those other rap douches who gave me all their money to put me on tour that he didn't notice. That's when they say hitting the wall is more psychological than it is physical, that's exactly what it is. Like, she's upset. Like, she's used to being, like, she's literally 8th grade and she's like used to acting like she's in 8th grade and having all the sixth graders simp for her and give her their lunch money. And she's like, you, guy in college, simp for me. And I'm like, You're like a low quality whore. If I'm gonna hang out with a whore, I'm gonna hang out with the expensive whores, the ones that actually do the shit that you say you're gonna do and then don't do. You're a fake whore. You're worse than a whore. You're acting like a whore for no reason. She's just not adult. She can't handle basic shit. She's stuck in like public school mentality. If you want to know exactly what being brainwashed by the system looks like, look at Stephanie Mi Young Wang. She's upset that I think it's a bad idea that she gets pimped out for money. The moment she did that scene, she ended it. The moment she stole the money, she ended it. There's no way to get past this. There's no way to fix this because your actions have consequences. And you stole from my niece because you were in some cult. You did some smut scene because that's your reward for being in the cult. Okay? You didn't get a Grammy. Boo-hoo. You're retarded. I'm going to go turn a bunch of silver into cash, turn that cash into crypto, finally catch one of these 50x swings, pay all that shit off, and start working again so I can stack a bunch of dough and go to Korea and become a bajillionaire because like it's retarded. It's like taxes are retarded. It's so retarded. Like I do not even want to understand or want to know the massive amount of taxes I'm going to be paying when I get this shit paid off, but fucking retarded. Anyways, peace out.